Personally, I concentrate on the loose connections more than the family connections. I've seen it over and over for 30 years. Okay? Number 3, I sort of jumped ahead of myself, and I talked about goodbye personnel and HR. So I'm going to go right to number 4, about selling yourself. You are in the business of at war with everybody else who's looking for a job. I tell people, you were at war with everybody else who's looking for a job. You have to give a company a reason to want to meet you, or a reason to want to speak to you, a reason to want to bring you back, or a reason to want to hire you. What is it? What is going to set you apart from somebody else? And to be honest with you, people at our age, companies don't care what you did in 1983. They don't care what you did in 1992. The average manager you're interviewing with probably has been with that company 2, 3, 4 years. They want to know, what have you done in the last year or two? What can you do for me now? Because my company boss is all over me to meet certain objectives where my income is met, having my department achieve certain goals. What can you do for me that this other person can't do? So that's what you have to figure out, what your brand is, what your shtick is, what you can bring to the table now. Okay? Please remember this. Don't ever bring your war stories to an interview. Don't ever complain about your previous company. Don't ever, badmouth the previous employer. It will come back to haunt you. I don't care, go home and have a voodoo doll of your boss and put pins in them, but don't bring it up on an interview. I've seen people blown out of the water who bring that negativity into the workplace in an interview. And, there's nothing you can do once you have that first impression about you. Okay? It's stressful enough in this economy. Companies don't want to hire somebody who's going to be a whiner all day long, or somebody that, oh, well, why are you no longer so-and-so? Well, I sued my boss. You might as well tag up and leave. The interview's over. Dress the part. If you're lucky enough to get an interview at a big company, I advise you go there the day before. Like if you have, hypothetically, Cigna Insurance in Center City. Go the day before to dry run. Are you going to park? You're going to drive and park. You're going to take the train. What time's the train? How can I get to the building 30 minutes early? Is there a men's room or women's room in the lobby? Can I freshen up? Sit there the day before. Take a look at the people coming in and out. Sometimes major companies will have their newsletter sitting on a table. Bring it home. It tells you some good things that's going on at the company. Things that you can use in the interview with the manager to make an impression. Okay? These are all the little free things that are out there. Lynn talked about blogging. I told you my wife's a blogger. Go on, like if you have an interview at a particular company, go on to the blogosphere, they call it. Chances are there's somebody blogging about that company. You can read all about that company. Whether this is the worst place in the world to work, don't ever interview here, or I love it here, company's coming out with 3 new products next year, company trip to Hawaii, whatever the case may be. But most companies of a decent size and above, they pay certain employees to blog about them, to get the good word out on the internet. And they want you to find them through that. They don't want to pay headhunters like me when they can get you directly. But a lot of people don't use that. So that's a tip you should take a look at. If you want to find blogs, there's a great thing. Anybody here ever called Technorati? Okay? It's Technorati. Technorati is the mothership of blogs. You can go on to Technorati today and say, is there a blog about 59-year-old women in Illinois who brew beer in their basement? There probably is. Okay? Is there a blog for 73-year-old men who were in the Navy and now live in South Philadelphia on Eisenmenger Street? Okay? There's millions and millions of blogs out there. Technorati is your one-stop shop. Okay?
Is that like Google or don't?
Yeah, go on to Google and just put Technorati. It'll bring you up to the Technorati website. It'll basically say, what do you want to know about? And you just put it in there.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And then you'll find the blogs that you're looking for. Be in good health. you know, you only have one body, you only have one vessel taking you through life. You know, try to stay fresh, try to dress the appearance. You know, if you're not sure how to go on an interview, overdress. You can always take the tie off, you can always take the suit coat off, you can always leave the pantsuit at home once you get the job, okay? Unless you're going to work for, you know, Steve Jobs when he was forming Apple and he was going to interview you at 3 o'clock in the morning at Starbucks, and like these guys in California, women do, play it safe, overdress. You can always, you know, figure out the corporate culture afterwards, okay? In terms of interviews that go on today, play it safe. Blue, gray. I'll tell you not to talk about the 80s. My favorite lesson in this business happened in 1981. I sent this guy on an interview to the old Girard Bank, okay? The manager called me up and he started laughing and he said, I love this kid, I need his skill set, he's coming back to meet my boss, tell him to leave the green suit at home. And I was like mortified. I was young in the business, and I nowadays if I see an interview, I say, tell me what you're wearing tomorrow. Nope, I don't like that. Tell me what color pumps you're wearing, does your bag match your thing? Because I'm trying to position you to get the job. 1981, I was just thankful somebody would go on an interview. Long story short, I sent this young man a quick letter, and in it I said, good luck on your second interview next Friday. Remember, you're meeting the same manager and his boss. Wear something different.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
2 Fridays from then, I get a phone call from this manager, 5:30 I'm thinking I made a placement, I can feed the kids this month. And the manager said, I didn't even let him meet my boss. That's what happened. He said, all I can say is, who the hell has 2 green suits? He said the first one he wore was lima bean green. He came in today in Kelly green. Now, that's 1981. I still remember that story. And I tell people, good, bad, or indifferent, that's corporate America. Wear blue or gray. Wear a white shirt if you're a man. Wear a red power tie if you can. That's the safe thing. It's not my rules. I've just seen it work over and over and over again. Okay? Bring a pad. Most of you have pads with you or a briefcase. It gives you something to do if you're nervous. It gives you something to hold on to. And also have notes. Okay? So when the interview portion comes over to you and they say, do you have questions? Yes. I was on your website last night. It shows that you took the time. It shows that you were industrious. It shows that you're studious. I was wondering, I see that your department had a new product that came out 11 months ago. How has that affected life in your department? More people, less people? You know, have you added staff? Where did the staff come from? Did you promote from within? Did you go outside? Where is this projected to go in the next 3 or 4 months? Okay, if you're really salesy, you can. I have a buddy. He goes in. He says, "Tell me when I start next month, what will I be doing?" That's his closing question. You know, I've sort of tailored or calmed him down a little bit, and I said, you know, a better question might be, and this is why I really believe should be the ending question on every interview. You say to the person interviewing you, I'd like to, in the wrap-up here, ask you, are there any questions that you've asked me that you feel you did not get a sufficient answer that I could expound on? Because I know you're going to judge me based on my answers. So if there's an answer I gave you that was not good, or was open-ended, or was negative, may I have the chance to readdress that? Okay? And then if you've done that and they've been honest with you, then you just got to put it in the vault and hope that, you know, the fates go your way. But I found many candidates are able to reopen a door where an interview manager may have had a little bit of a bad thought or feeling or question because they misunderstood what you said, or you didn't answer it enough, or you didn't go far enough. Okay?